He can't expect to go out there and just get a hold of Dricus, ragdoll him to the floor, and face crank him, smash his teeth in like he did to Robert Whittaker, and walk away. You know, but the fun thing about Khamzat is that he'll try and do that.
I did tell you, this is not. Everyone thought, oh yeah, you just get past round 2 and 3, and then you'll beat him in the later rounds. And I'm like, first and foremost, the same thing Francis said at one point. Before you get to round 2, 3, and 4, you got to get past round 1.
And it might be his worst. That might be the worst thing he can do, is if he goes, okay, I know I need to be able to fight 25 minutes with this guy, I'm going to pull back. You can't let somebody like Du Plessis get into that fight and find their rhythm and start to land those weird shots and stumble into a takedown on you, get on top. He's a big, heavy, strong dude, and he's a big guy for that weight class. So I think Khamzat's best chance is to just, rest on his laurels and go out there and do what he does all the time and hope to get him out of there in the first few rounds. And maybe he can, and maybe he'll prove us all wrong and show us that he is that good. But I think that's what he's got to do. I think he's got to fight him hard early, try to hurt him bad, and try to submit him or knock him out.
Go full Khamzat.
Yeah, go full Khamzat.
Because I got asked today, how does Chimaev beat Dricus? Now, the wording of that, I get asked that question every day of my life about somebody. But the wording of the question demonstrates by the asker of the question who they think is going to win the fight. How does Chimaev beat Dricus is a different verbiage for saying, I don't think Chimaev can beat Dricus, and I'm only sharing with you. That's new. You guys have always believed that Chimaev could beat Dricus. You've always believed that Chimaev could beat everybody.
Dricus is just a warrior. And I understand what you need to do to beat him. You need to be ready to leave it all there. Like, you need to be ready to die to beat him.
Du Plessis is one of those guys, Ray, that when he says he's willing to die in the cage to get the win, he absolutely means it.
Without a doubt.
And a lot of people say it, very few mean it. He means it.
Like, dude, that fight to me is electricity times 1,000, and I don't really know what to expect from that one. I don't know. I mean, Khamzat's going to shoot. He's probably going to get DDP's back. He's probably going to have it for a few minutes.
If he gets Dricus's if he gets Dricus's back in the first minute, see, I thought he was African, right? No, but if he gets Dricus's back in the first minute, that's a bad sign. That's a terrible sign. A lot of things went wrong there. A lot of things went wrong. Like, first you got taken down, and then you allowed him for you to give up back access. You can't give up back access.
When you're undefeated, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I want to kill everybody, right? And he does. He goes out there, he picks people up, he has a chat with Dana White, chokes them out unconscious, bangs them out with the right hand, whatever it is, right? The man can seemingly do whatever he wants to people. Doing what he did to Robert Whittaker was just insane. So why are you going to change that? You're not, because it's working. And even the 2 fights where you got a bit tired, yeah, so what? You still won. You still walked away with it. So he's going to go at Dricus Du Plessis 100 miles an hour. And that's why we all can't wait for it, because it's going to be phenomenal.
I don't know. I think he just takes him down and does the same thing, like, not necessarily to me, but to, like, how he beat Usman. You know,
right?
Like, I can, or how he beat Gert Burns. I can see those sort of fights.
Khamzat, you know what he's gonna do. He's a fucking beast. He's a wrestler. He's a grappler. He's gonna get relentless pressure. He's gonna start fast and hard. And can Dricus take that? Can he take that first round, that first 2 rounds? I mean, that's what life's about for his fight, his opponents. Can they withstand the barrage? Because he's gonna bring it.
I don't know, but 14-0, it's only me, Khamzat Chimaev. So first round, last round, second round, first meal. What's the matter with that? You win.
But DDP, man, he is something else, bro. For so long we thought he just was bad. He's not. He's really good. He's like really, really good. He got Izzy bad. He was all over Izzy. I mean, he put it on Sean Strickland bad.
Yeah.
That last time. Like,
you gotta respect that style.
He's good, man. He's so big, he's so strong, and he's good. Now, Khamzat, in a sprint, can't stay with him. DDP can't stay with him. But I think if the fight goes long, it starts to get interesting.
Right.
I think Dricus is there for 25 minutes. Khamzat needs to be there for 25 minutes also.
Man, if anyone's gonna match Khamzat's strength and power, it's gonna be DDP. But still, I think they're gonna have to weather the storm. They're gonna have to weather that first 5-10 minutes and not get their face cranked off to be able to get the dubs.
Him finishing early would be pretty impressive. You know, a guy like Dricus who seems to be extremely confident, and he always fights to his highest level of intelligence, and he fights good fights. And if he gets taken down and his back taken, and that series of bad things happen, and then he gets finished, that's pretty hard to do against a guy like Dricus. So I'd say that, you know what, Khamzat is he showed us something different. You know, he's better than we thought.
I would say that Khamzat probably has 10 minutes to finish that fight. After that, I think it's all Dricus Du Plessis. So I think if Dricus, and I'm not saying that that's the way he should fight him, of just kind of surviving for 10 minutes. However, that's where Dricus needs to be most aware, most present, and bring his best defenses for those first 10 minutes. Where Khamzat, fighting Khamzat, it's just like a whirlwind. You know what I mean? You just get caught in it. You don't know really where you are. Shit's everywhere. You know, your arm's over there, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're raising Khamzat's hand.
Khamzat Chimaev, ever since he signed with the UFC, we all know what he's capable of. The man is a finishing machine. He is an absolute monster, okay? He is undefeated. He's gone through most people like a hot knife through butter, okay? And we're talking world-class competition, people like Robert Whittaker. The way that he dismantled Li Jingliang was just phenomenal. He's got great boxing. The wrestling is probably some of the best in the UFC. In fact, probably the best in the UFC right now. Nobody shoots like Khamzat Chimaev from about a mile away, but it's so fast and so explosive. He level changes, then woof, he flies across the octagon, and all he's got to do is get a hold of you, and you are in a world of trouble.
I don't know anybody that's going to win the first round against that guy. You know, in the middleweight division, stand by. I don't think there is anyone. Now, if it gets into later rounds, we've seen a different guy. We've seen that he does slow down, but you got to make it through the first round.
I'm a fan of both men. Dricus Du Plessis is awesome. He's honestly, I'm like a real fan of this guy. I got to meet him and his girlfriend or fiance. I apologize. And he's just awesome, man. He's just a great human being. And Khamzat, I've been around him a bit as well. He's a bit more sinister, but I like that about him as well. This is a sport where we're trying to rip each other's heads off, okay? So you don't have to be someone that your mum wants to, you know, like if my daughter brought Khamzat Chimaev home, I'd be like, I'd have something to say. Do you know what I mean? But this ain't that. I want to see who's the best in the cage, and Khamzat's perfect for that shit. So yeah, this fight's going to be brilliant.
Khamzat is a strong guy, but I know for a fact that he's never felt power like this. Now, when it comes to his wrestling, obviously that's his strong suit and where he likes to take a fight, and let's meet strengths and see who can last. I think the fact that he always fights with his strength, he uses that strength. That's why he gets tired. But you can say the same about me. And at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who's willing to give up and who's willing to die. And then, that question, I've answered that question many, many times.
And can he beat him? That's between those two. How does he beat him? He starts with plan A, which is to take him down and maul him. And if that doesn't work, which in the past it hasn't, he attempts to bludgeon him on his feet more than he gets bludgeoned. That's the answer to the question. That's how Chimaev would beat Dricus.